Hey everybody, it's Dom again. We're gonna give this Legacy Cube thing another whirl here. Let's see if we can draft something a little sweeter maybe than just a linear aggro deck this time. As has been commented on the videos, the Bonfire pick in the last draft was definitely wrong, and it's also very possible I should have taken Jit instead of Mirror Crusader in the second pick, and that might have sent us in a different direction. I don't even remember seeing Jit in the pack, and then I watched the video again, and it was certainly there. So those are two picks maybe I would like to have back. And we open Gideon again. And Ashandra, what is this? Brago King Eternal. Oh, that seems sweet. I think it's also two colors though. Maybe. Also got Goblin War Driver. Tooth and Nail's pretty cool. I kind of want to just pick Gideon again. This tap stuff, right? Yeah, so that's pretty good. If you can get it out early. Put some pressure. Alright, so we got a Curl Home Commander, Disciple, Bolus. Use Mario's from our last deck also in here. Watergrave. I really want to take this card, but it seems kind of sketchy. To take a multicolored card first. Let's have some fun. I like green decks. Take Tooth and Nail and see where we can go with this. Alright, well we got a Hornet Queen. Solemn Simulacrum. So when you play Tooth and Nail, you need sweet cards to cast a Tooth and Nail. So I'm probably going to take this Hornet Queen. So we see a Domri and Abrupt Decay. We might wheel one of those, but multicolored green cards. Good to know about. Solemn is fine, and highly doubt we'll wheel that, unfortunately. It's also a Breeding Pool. So if I had taken Gideon, I'd probably just take this Angelic Destiny. And honestly, like if I hadn't just drafted Gideon first pick in the previous draft, I probably would have taken it here. And Tooth and Nail is probably not the first pick, but I like these sorts of decks, so I'm going to try to draft one. So let's go with the Hornet Queen. We got some sweet stuff in here too. So we got Chameleon Colossus, Eternal Witness is good, Cultivate, Sundering Titan is also another pretty good fatty to put out. But we can't just take mono 8 drops though. So I might just take the ramp spell, because we're going to need... I'm sure there's going to be more fatties and more ramp spells, but Cultivate also lets us branch out really into multiple colors if that's something we want to do. So Sundering Titan's pretty good. But I think as we saw in the last draft, there are a lot of these big expensive cards in the cube, so they're maybe somewhat replaceable. Well, this is probably one of the better ones. I don't know the composition of the cubes. I'm not sure if there are more ramp spells or more fatties, but we can go with a Wall of Blossoms here. That's a good card that's going to keep us alive early in the game, help us get to the point where we're casting Tooth and Nail for major value. There's Pride Mage, Grizzly Salvage. It's good to know about. That's not really a deck we're playing. Waze Blue X-Spells could be good in our deck too. Perhaps Stroke of Genius would be good if that wheels around it. So Wall of Blossom seems like an easy pick there right now. Just got Elvish Mystic, Kiora, Green Sun, Zenith. Kiora is a really cool card. I have not really gotten to play with in Standard, but it seems pretty impressive. It can ramp you and keep you alive. It seems to do all the things we want to do. I wouldn't fault anyone for taking the Mystic here. And Green Sun's good too. Really, I think any of these cards will be fine in our deck. But I've been wanting to play with this card, so give Kiora a shot. I believe this card says Enchanted Permanent is a forest. So that is removal for our blue-green deck, which might be good. Other options we got Call of the Herd. Huntmaster of the Fells is pretty sweet. Into the Royal. I'm probably not taking Into the Royal. So I think we might... If we're just blue-green, this is a card that we want. This helps us deal with something. But I'm not sure if we're going to be this. We could be 3 colors. I think I'm going to take Huntmaster. It's a pretty strong card. Does a lot. Kind of keep our options open. Well, Emrakul is the best thing to Tooth and Nail into play. Can't really do any better than that. I mean, Kitchen Finks is fine. Ancient Grudge is fine. But, yeah, I kind of want to play the Flying Spaghetti Monster here somehow. The only downside is that there's actually no way we're probably ever hardcasting this unless we create some kind of infinite mana combo or something. It'd be nice to have some way to discard this, or some sort of like looting effect or something if we draw this. So that's worth being aware of as well. I'm pretty excited about where this is going. We don't have as dedicated a direction as we did before in the previous draft, but we have a lot of options, I think. We're just going to be looking for some more mana fixing, a couple more things to go with the Tooth and Nail. And that's really how ramp decks play out. It'd also be nice to pick up something like a Harmonize to draw cards, because that's an issue that the ramp decks can have a lot of the time, is that they don't have adequate card advantage. Or you draw all ramp spells and no fatties, or vice versa. There's not a ton for us here. Maloku might be good in our deck. Arc Trail's probably fine. Charlotte's Agent I don't think is something we want to be doing. So Maloku's sort of a win condition. I'm afraid of like bouncing a ton of our lands, but I think it's probably worth taking it over Arc Trail. This is also, it's pretty hard to kill someone through a Maloku. Back to our original pack. So we wield this Yavimaya Elder, which will let us also search for lands, fix our mana. You can put 2 lands in your hand. You can also cycle it, a very expensive cycle. It does not eat lands. I don't think we need any of these other cards. Alright, so we did wheel Abrupt Decay, we did not wheel Domri, so that's worth being aware of. So maybe this Huntmaster is not the direction we want to be going. These both seem speculative. I guess I'm going to take, well, yeah, I guess I'm going to take the Abrupt Decay. I don't know if we'll play it in. Seeing this Chameleon is nice to snap that up. And Pride Mage. Even got the green Sun Zenith. I'm pretty happy with how this went, and the Call of the Hurt. So green is definitely where we want to be. That Ancient Grudge isn't bad. Right now, I'm not planning to play these, but something could change our mind. We're not really locked into Ancient Grudge as a sideboard card too. We're not really locked into any of the non-green colors at the moment. We have reasons to be all of these things if we decide to do that. It'd also be nice if we could pick up like a Show and Tell or a Sneak Attack to go with our Emrakul. Like the guy we played against in the last draft that had that sort of deck, although he had Kozilek and not Emrakul. Elspeth Tyrell, Lotus Cobra. Got Time Warp, Upheaval, Explore. Maybe we could really explore. Some interesting cards in this pack. There's not really a lot to Snapcaster. Green Sun Zenith doesn't stay in your graveyard. I don't really want to first pick Lotus Cobra. This could be an Upheaval or a Time Warp sort of deck. We did lose that Upheaval before. There's nothing wrong with Crater's Claws either. Committing to blue if we take this Time Warp. I think I like it in this deck though. You can do some pretty crazy stuff. like we're gonna playing for the long game, big mana and whatnot. Yeah, sure. I'll go with Time Warp. So we found Mana War, Scavenging Ooze, Trigon Predator. All these things are fine. If we take either of these, we're pretty much locked in the blue. Scavenging Ooze is a good, I think, pretty underrated card. And if the game goes long, this actually becomes a really great draw late in the game. And also helps us if we play against a graveyard-based strategy. Not taking Hero. Don't think this is a Bident sort of deck. Although Bident plus Hornet Queen seems pretty sweet. Trigon Predator does help you deal with. We might wheel the Trigon though. I don't think anyone else is in blue-greens. I think I'm going to take Scavenging Ooze. Alright, so we have a lot of options here. Tri-Builder is better for us than the Wayfinder. Dig Through Time is pretty strong. I think it's between Dig Through Time and Sakura Tri-Builder. Dig Through Time can help us set up stuff. We are lacking a bit in ramp spells, though. Alright, so I think we're probably not playing Huntmaster at the moment. I think we have more. We have a lot of gas. We don't really have card advantage. I think I'm not playing fetch lands. I'm not sure how good Dig Through Time is going to be. We do have Cultivate. I think I'm going to take the Tri-Builder. It feels safer. And we get rewarded with another sweet target for Tooth and Nail and just a really strong card in general, and Avenger of Zendikar. Merfolk Looter would be nice to have to discard Emrakul, but I think we just want this another sweet game ender. What's up, Kozilek? I was about to start saying how we don't really need to take Kozilek when we already have Emrakul, but there's actually nothing in this pack for us. I'm probably just going to take Kozilek. Yeah, okay, this deck is getting kind of ridiculous. Man, I would kill for a show and tell. Natural Order is alright, but not insane. Wish we could have gotten a Misty before. Could take Wooded Foothills and make it easier to play the Huntmaster. What can we chord for? Chameleon, Yavimaya Elder. These 7 drops. I already have Green Sun Zenith. So we can Natural Order for Hornet Queen or Avenger. Maybe focus more on green creatures. Could get a Progenitus or something nutty as well. Yeah, I think I like taking Natural Order here. I don't think we're giving up that much by missing the other picks. Kodama's Reach is nice, but I think we're just taking Yavimaya Coast here to fix our mana. Really, that pick was mana fix either way. Here's another green thing we can Natural Order into, like a Terastodon. Sheoldred is pretty. There is Boros Charm in this cube. I was looking for that yesterday. I did not see it, or a couple days ago, whenever that was. I will definitely take an Explore here. Ramp spell that does not cost you mana. Do we want Bident of Thassa? I still don't think so. This doesn't feel like that sort of deck. Just take Naturalize for the sideboard. Don't think we'd play Satyr Wayfinder if we had it. I think we'd actually take Temple of Epiphany. We could end up wanting to splash the Ancient Grudge or the Huntmaster, depending how things go. Inscrying is always good value. Oof. Some sweet cards here. It's pretty late in Visara. Yeah, fine, I'll take Commune with the Gods, although I'm not expecting to play it. I kind of wanted to hate draft Visara. Yeah, this Grudge and this Huntmaster maybe could be an option. particularly if like that wooded foothills is still there or something. Avalanche Riders, Fire Ice. I don't think this is an Avalanche Rider sort of deck. But could end up playing Fire Ice. Halak, Court of Calling. It's not going to play Mystical Teachings. It's pretty sweet to get that Court of Calling that we almost took the first time around. Alright, it's a Volcanic Island. Not first picking that though. Xenagos, the Reveler, Llanowar Elves. We have no 1-drops. Are we first picking Llanowar Elf? I'm not sure how excited I am about that. I don't think Xenagos is that great in this deck. It doesn't have a lot of little guys that are going to be in play already. It kind of needs more cards like Llanowar Elves to make mana. Sure, I'm taking Elf. And now we'll probably take in this as a Temple of Mystery. This is sweet though. There's also Oracle of Moldai, which would, all these cards probably be fine in our deck. I'm gonna risk the Temple here and hope nobody else picks it up. We should have pretty good mana anyway with all this like Explorer and Tri-Builder and whatnot. I forget what this one does. Lets you steal things. It's kind of slow. Elves of Deep Shadow, not really a card. We could just take this Gristlebrand, although I don't think that's necessary. There's no way to cast it unless we pick up an Urborg. We could still find a Sneak Attack or a Show and Tell. I also don't have like any sort of Brainstorm type effect to, or Is It Charm or something to discard this stuff if we draw it. So, I don't think this is a Chrome Mox deck. Young Pyromancer. Guess I'm just going to take Elves of Deep Shadow and probably not play it, but might need more ramp. Polychronos is probably fine. Actually don't have any 6s for Birthing Pod. I actually don't think this is a Birthing Pod sort of deck. I would have had to grab that Kitchen Finks. As Wood Elves is fine. We've got Cultivate, Tri-Builder, and Explorer already. Got Green Sun, Llanowar Elves. Yeah, we'll use another middle of the road creature. This, I think, is a brick for us. Maybe Grim Monolith is good. So we really need to get to these big guys. I don't see any of these other cards doing anything. Wild Mongrel's not bad. It's just a 2-drop though. Yeah, I'll take the Monolith. Could just like randomly cast a turn 4 Hornet Queen or something crazy like that. Do not know what this does. Protection from black, so it's a 4-mana 5/3. If damage would be dealt to it, remove a counter. That seems decent. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that easy to trigger the Vengevine in this deck. Do not have very many cheap creatures. Okay, we'll give this a try. If nothing else, it's a good sideboard card if we play against a black deck. Actually, that's probably where I'm going to put it for now. Still can't find anything to put these Eldrazi into play. Worn Power Stone also help us ramp. I'm not sure like the mix on ramp and creatures and how we're going to build the deck. Awakening Zone doesn't seem bad either. Actually sort of do similar things. So this is going to ramp faster. This will actually make blockers too. I don't know which one's better. I'm going to try the green card. Add green to your mana pool for each forest you control. We're probably going to control forests. Does not seem bad. I mean, Crows and Grip's fine. We do already have one of these. Vraska is the sort of thing that would be good to splash. We don't really have any fixing for it. Alright, I'll try this guy. I guess Genesis Wave is a thing that we might want to do in here. This deck's so ridiculous. We do not have a ton of things Augur can hit, but it is a 1/3. Winter Orb could like be a good sideboard card. We could just like ramp real hard and cast Winter Orb, maybe. I don't know. None of the other things were exciting. I have no idea how I'm going to build this. It should be fun to put together. We didn't see Progenitus. It's just sad. It costs 9 mana to entwine this, right? Yeah. Good times. I guess we'll take Birthing Pod. And Electrolyze. If we do Splash Red, isn't bad. I don't really want to play against this. Hey, and a Shivan Reef. I think these red cards are alive if we want them. Currently have 35 cards. And I'm going to go with the start from scratch strategy. I guess I'll leave the lands in here. I feel like deck building is the hardest part of Limited for me. Sort by color. I forgot we had that Abrupt Decay. Maybe I should have taken Vraska. I'm not sure how hard it is to like splash all these different colors. So we're going to play a lot of Forest because we have 2 blue-red lands and mostly green cards. Oh, we had the Elves of Deep Shadow. That might have been a punt. This is more like the cards I want to play than the cards that are actually good. I don't know if Genesis Wave does much. Like, casting Genesis Wave for 5 or something is actually really bad in this deck. Like, if you cast it for 7, we need so much mana to do that. Maybe like play Kozilek and don't play Emrakul. Because like maybe getting to 10 mana will happen, but getting to 15 is probably never going to happen. I don't know. I have too many cards. I don't know which ones to play. I don't think we main deck Electrolyze or Fire Ice. If we play against a deck like the one I played last time, it might be good. Then we also have Time Warp and Moloku. So I guess we only need to make 2 cuts if we play 17 lands. So we got 3 lands in here already. I'm so confused on like what the right mix is. So Cord can get anything, right? Yeah, any creature. I'm curious to hear how you would have built this deck in the comments. How good is Time Warp? How easy is it to get double blue? Don't know if I want Raphaelos or this guy. Oh, I have this Monolith too. Goodness. So I have 14 creatures right now, so probably don't want to cut creatures. I think the real question is like, Awakening Zone and Green Zone is kind of a combo. No, you can't like convoke and then sack the guy, but yeah, so I guess it isn't any. I mean, it makes you mad every turn, but it's nothing special other than that. Alright, how much ramp do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm not counting Yevon Eye Elder. So we have like 6 ramp spells. This deck looks fun. It may not work, but it looks fun. Like how many fatties is too many? I think playing 4 fatties is probably enough. So we got Avenger, Hornet Queen, Trastodon, Kozilek. Time Master's the only red card in the deck right now. Alright, I think we just don't do this. Have really good mana. Just need to cut 2 cards. We can always board it. If we play against the Affinity deck, if that's like in there or something, we can just board in the red for the Ancient Grudge and board in the Naturalize. This may make Raphellos better than Grim Monolith if we're playing a lot of forests. Maybe we don't need this guy. I need to cut 1 more card. I don't think we can play 16 lands in this deck. So we Time Warp, Call of the Herd. Maybe it's Call of the Herd. The card doesn't really do anything. I mean, making 3/3s is fine. Alright, I think I'm going to cut Call of the Herd. You can tell me how wrong I built this deck in the comments. Badlands. How Moto suggests 14 and 2. Don't think that's correct. Maybe we'll do 11 and 5. Five might be too many, but I think 11 for us is going to be more than enough, though. Alright, so this is 40 cards. I don't really know what we're going to get out of this, but it'll probably be entertaining. So we have basically no removal, so we're just on the jam huge creatures plan. I wish I had taken Enchanted Forest, or Enchanted Permanent as a forest, or whatever. Yeah, we'll see. This is be interesting. We're basically going to have to overpower whatever the opponent's doing, but cards like Hornet Queen and Trastodon can do that, so we'll be back soon with the first round.